wanted to share 10 things that I have recently been doing to keep myself occupied, seeing as I am spending a whole lot more time at home. And today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is an online platform where you can create websites, blogs, and e-commerce stores. And today I wanted to share these things with you because I know so many more of you are spending more time at home right now. And I would also really love it if you would leave a comment down below and let me know some of the things that you've been doing to keep yourself occupied. I am always looking for inspiration and new things to try. So jumping straight into the first thing that I've really been enjoying lately, and that is having a daily step challenge of trying to reach 10,000 steps. I have no idea why it has taken me so long to ever set myself a daily step goal, but I've really been enjoying just having a little something to work towards every single day. And if you have a small apartment or a small place, you could set yourself a much lower goal. If you have a big house, it's easier to achieve a bigger goal. And if you do have the ability, like myself, to go outside without having too much human interaction, then you're able to really work on those bigger goals as well. So it's just something fun that I've been enjoying. I carry my phone with me in my back pocket pretty much everywhere I go, and when it gets to the evening, I find myself walking around the living room and the kitchen just to try and reach the goal. But if you do have like a Fitbit or one of those fitness tracking health things, that's an easy way to keep track of it as well. I just like having a little challenge each day, and I love that I'm actually doing something that's really good for my health as well. The second task that I have to share with you is an absolute classic, and you've probably heard this one a million times already, and that is reading. I am not a very big reader at all, but it is something that I always have on my New Year's goals for wanting to achieve in that upcoming year. And last year I actually did read a couple of books. I would love to be one of those people that reads a book every single month or every couple of weeks. And right now I actually have two books. The first one is Outer Order, Inner Calm, which I think is a really great organizational and home sort of styling book. And then the other one is Braving the Wilderness by Brené Brown. I absolutely love Brené Brown. I got into her last year. I started with watching her TED Talk on vulnerability. If you have not seen that yet, I highly recommend. And then I went and got the book that's associated with that talk, and it changed everything for me. Honestly, it was one of the things that really pushed me to work through my anxiety. She really helped me with that, so I would highly recommend. I will have that book and both of these listed in the description as well if you're looking at picking up some new reads for all this time that you have now at home. The third one is honestly no surprise if you know me and you've been watching my channel for a while, and that is cleaning. I love cleaning, and I have actually not done a cleaning motivation video in such a long time. I will be bringing them back to my channel one day. I don't know when, but I will be bringing them back. But I love cleaning. I love the act of cleaning. I find it incredibly therapeutic. It always makes me feel like I've accomplished something for the day, and then you're left with this entirely fresh space, and there is something incredibly motivating about a fresh space. So now is a really great time to get in and do a deep clean of some of those places in your home that you might have been avoiding or putting off. The fourth thing is getting in and building a social media presence that you have always wanted to work on. Maybe it's for yourself personally, maybe it's for a business that you own, but now's a really great chance to learn and understand how different social media accounts work. You can start building content for them. It might be Instagram, YouTube, or a blog. I have finally got into actually working on my blog. I said it was one of my 2020 goals to pick that back up and revamp it. I haven't revamped it yet, but I have been writing blog posts. I uploaded one last week. I have another one coming this week, and I already have another one for the following week. Now has been a great time to actually get stuck in and working on that. And as I mentioned earlier, today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is an online platform where you can create websites, e-commerce stores, and of course blogs. I chose Squarespace to create my blog. I chose back in October, way before any sponsorship, and I would recommend them without a sponsorship as well because it is just such an easy platform to use. It's really easy to learn. You can very easily integrate all of your social media accounts, which makes it easy for sharing. They also have a range of analytics that can help you understand what's happening on your blog or your website and where to go from there. And it's also really easy to integrate email campaigns and also build an emailing list, which is a fabulous idea if you have been looking at creating a website for your blog. blog. You can head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, you can click the link in the description or use my code to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, like I said, now's a really great chance to work on these things and understand how digital media can really work for your business or your personal brand. Number 5 is decluttering and organizing your wardrobe. This is a great chance to get stuck into that as well. It is a change of season for everybody right now. Some of you are going into spring, some of you are going into autumn, and now's a perfect chance to switch over your wardrobes. I never used to do that. I used to have everything crammed in all seasons, one place, and it was actually really awful. And for the last 2 years, I have been changing out my seasonal wardrobe, and it's been amazing. I feel like I have more space. I can see everything easily. I really like taking the time as it transitions between the seasons to reevaluate what's going on in there. So I think now's a really good chance to get in and declutter. I actually have some free downloadables coming this week and the week after in terms of decluttering on my blog, so make sure you stay tuned for that because I have some really fun stuff coming for you that's definitely going to keep you occupied in the coming weeks. Number 6 is something that I actually really love doing, and that is to completely embrace the boredom and the fact that you have nothing to do and just do nothing. It's actually really, really nice to just feed into it and do literally nothing. Sometimes I will stare out the window and ponder life. I actually used to do this a lot in my old apartment when I had a view of the city. I would just stare at the buildings and think about all different things. Now, since being here, I find that if I am a little bit bored and I'm finding that I'm not doing anything and I don't really want to be doing anything specific, I just go out into the garden and just kind of hang out, look at the flowers, the plants, and just really chill out and just take a minute to slow down and maybe evaluate some things that I've been putting off or pushing to the back of my mind. I just had to reach for number 7, and that is starting a journal. I talk about my journals all the time, my notebooks all the time. This is my journal. You've also seen this a million times already anyway, but this is from Indigo, and I will have a link to some of these in the description as well. But I love journaling. I love keeping a diary. I've said before that it makes me feel like a little kid again, and it's just a place where I can get all of my thoughts and my feelings out, and I feel like it is a really great tool to help me process the things that I'm feeling. But I was thinking too that at a time like this where we are going through something that is definitely going to be in the history books, now's actually a really cool time to start a journal and talk about your day-to-day experiences of being at home and what's going on. And I know for a lot of people out there right now, it's a very scary time, and keeping a little journal will help you go through what you're feeling and keep track of it, and one day you'll be able to look back on it and it will be very, very interesting to see how this all has played out, and you'll have like your own personal little history segment, which I think is really cool as well. Number 8 is to get a little bit creative. I actually brought up my entire box of art and craft supplies from Melbourne, so I have pens, pencils, paints, all that really fun stuff so I can get a little bit creative. And the other thing that I've been using to get creative is of course my iPad. I've been talking about this for weeks, or now I think almost months. It's the reason that I purchased the iPad in the first place is because I wanted to try doing like digital illustration, which I've really been enjoying. I actually printed out 2 of my artworks and framed them, which I think is a very cool bonus to getting creative. And the other day I tried to do some like watercolor painting. It was okay. I definitely am really, really excited to keep practicing and build up my skills, but I did like a little leaf watercolor drawing that I'm pretty proud of. So it's been a lot of fun, and it's just nice to sit down and sort of zone out from the world and just get a little bit creative. So let me know what your creative outlet is. Do you like to draw? Do you paint? Do you digitally illustrate? Do let me know in the comments down below. Number 9 is puzzle books, and I went through a really big phase last year of word search books. I love puzzle books, and I think they're a really great way to really focus in on the present and concentrate on something that's happening right now. They also get you using your brain, and I just think they're a really fun thing to do. My nan actually has a few of those puzzle magazines. I've been going through and doing some of the puzzles in there as well. Honestly, some of them are really hard, and I feel like I need to walk away and be able to come back to them to actually get them. But I just think puzzle books are a really great way to give yourself something to do when you really don't know what to do. Number 10, and the last thing that I do have to share with you, is something that I find myself doing quite often, and that is planning and thinking about future events. So it could be a holiday that you want to go on. Maybe there's somewhere in the world that you would like to discover, or maybe your dream house or your dream job. I like to use a different range of things to plan out these things. Obviously, Pinterest is one because there's so much inspiration and so many great ideas on Pinterest. But sometimes I find myself going through and looking at real estate websites just to sort of suss out what's available, prices and things like that. And if you are someone who does love to travel or wants to travel, then now's a really great chance to start doing some research about the places that you would like to go. You could look into all the places you would like to stay, all of the sites you want to see, food, all that kind of thing. And I just think now's a really great chance to sit down and let yourself maybe create some vision boards, some Pinterest boards, and ideas of some things that you would like to achieve in the future. So those are the 10 things that I thought I would share with you that are basically taking up all of my time, and I actually really enjoy them, but I am looking to try some other things as well. So like I said, please leave some comments down below of the things that you enjoy when you are just hanging around at home. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you're all staying really safe and well, and up the top here you can check out my last video. Down the bottom I will leave a link to another one of my videos, and I will see you in the next one.